Hey everybody, Colin here for Bit Daily, or Daily Bit. You really can call it either one. I'm fine with it. There is a question that I get a lot, which is, what do you think is good that the data doesn't say is good? And that's weird because the data is telling us what's good, win rates and things like that. But there's also a thing where sometimes armies get such a bad opinion of them that people stop working on them. And when the meta people, like the people that are really good at that faction, leave it, the evolution of lists gets a lot worse. So an example of this is in 8th edition. There was a bunch of 8th edition where orcs with where we had like Lucas playing locally with like 1 million spasha guns and then a ton of boys. That list was very good, and people didn't know that because that list didn't exist around the world. It just wasn't commonly played. So that is a thing that happens. So a better way of me interpreting the question is, what are armies where I think their rules are actually better than their tournament performance right now? And I have a few. The first one is AdMech. AdMech got, in the 9.5 release, AdMech got buffed. Like, a bunch of their nerfs got removed. They're just better. And AdMech have really good close combat that's fast, that causes fight last. They have incredibly efficient shooting. They are very durable in the current game, even with people worried about Armor of Contempt. They have the ability to have their whole army have a 5-up invul. As an Eldar player, I can tell you that that is incredibly good. I've played against AdMech. I actually lost to them with Sisters of Battle. I think that AdMech are really quite good, and they're being ignored because they're hard. They're hard to build. They're a little bit hard to play because their rules are finicky. They're a mat horde army, which a lot of people don't like. They have a lot of things against them, but they also fell off the popularity when they kind of got nerfed, and then they didn't actually come back when they got buffed. So I think that they're better than their win rate. Another army that I think is confidently better than its win rate is Space Wolves. Mitch talks about it in the Biff Pod OG show. Wolfen are really great. They're just really good in the current meta. Fight on Death is really good just in general. We've seen some MSU close combat Space Wolf lists that are going 4-1, 5-1 at tournaments. So like their 30 whatever % win rate, I just don't think is really the case at all. I think that there's a certain number of players that are pulling that down. Another army that I think is better than its representation is Genestealer Cult. The Genestealer Cult book is actually quite good. I like it a ton. It's got great tools. The problem is it doesn't have the raw damage that some of the other newer books have. And also, people that play Genestealer Cult tend to be Tyranid players, and the Tyranid book is so much better that we're seeing like Alex McDougall's doing forces, but lots of other people aren't, and lots of Genestealer Cults just being ignored. I think if people were diving in and really working with it, they'd find that it has really excellent mission play, and it can perform a lot better than we've seen. It just doesn't have raw power in the way the other books do. So you can't just be like, I'm going to line up on the line and run at you. It's hard to play. It's certainly finessey, but it is a very good book with what I perceive to be good rules. So those are 3 things that came to my mind when somebody asked me what I thought had data where the data and the actual rules didn't match up. And I certainly think that's the case. In particular, I would like to see more AdMech. I think that AdMech the model line is really cool, and I'd like to see more of it. So this is a topic we'll revisit, but that's my 3 for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.